Y254 101. Welcome back, the final conversation of the day, but the only good thing you can do right now is tell us and let us know where you're watching us from. We'll definitely be glad to hear from you and sample your feedback. And plus, we've asked you an interesting question on our socials, and we are asking you, ni legacy gani uliacha ukiwa leader shule? This, again, I remember during our introduction, we talked about, being a class prefect, class rep in campus. Class prefect, class rep, I think they go hand in hand. And then finally becoming a leader. And I was reading a book by Robin Sharma. It's called The Leader Who Had No Title. He talks about leadership starts with self. So if you can't be a leader of your own self, that means finding leadership skills that guide you in your own personal life, then it can be a little bit tricky for you to be a leader of others, because leadership starts with thyself. And thus, in regards literally to today's topic, and I'm being joined live in studio by two powerful gentlemen. He's Prince Mart. He's a comedian from a student at the University of Nairobi as well, right? And then Owino Ogutu. He's also, he says he's an incoming answer UNSA Governor Chiromo. Governor. But karibuni sana, you'll explain what that means later on. So let's start straight up. Some of your titles literally have some leadership qualities into it, especially Owino Ogutu. Perhaps maybe you can a little bit just try to share your journey into becoming someone who I believe and understand a leader is a mirror. He's a person who is looked up to or looked upon by so many others, because you're an example. You're demonstrating, the qualities of a person who can take the role of authority. So maybe just a little story about you. How did you start into this space? And now you're saying you're an incoming UNSA at the University of Nairobi. Briefly.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Mr. Brown. My name is Owino Ogutu. I'm incoming UNSA governor, an aspirant. UNSA is the University of Nairobi Students Association, Faculty of Science and Technology. So personally, in my leadership journey, I've been so much passionate and interested in politics and leadership since primary school. I was always a class rep through high school as a prefect there, and through campus I joined at first year. I became a class rep for my course. So at campus I first became a class rep. Then from there, in my first year, I was elected the Secretary General of Mathematics Association of Nairobi University. In abbreviation we call it MANU. And then in my second year, I also vied for another position, which is now a professional body for the entire faculty of Chiromo. That's ONUS, which is Organization of Nairobi University Science Student Association. And then now I'm in a third year, and I'm vying for UNSA governor. So what I believe about...
Governor means?
That means University of Nairobi Student Association chairperson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we call it governor as a representative
so
of estate.
there's like president, governor, senator, all those things.
Yeah, exactly.
All those hierarchies are there.
Exactly. So in the University of Nairobi, we have like 10 campuses and 3 faculties. So the chairperson, UNSA chairperson, who represents the faculty or campus at the student council level, we call them governor or chairperson. Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So I've always been so much passionate about leadership, because I believe, and mostly this organization to do with the student welfare with champions, because I believe it has so much impact on students' welfare and experience at the university level. And that's why it must exist and be there.
All right.
Yes.
Nice. What about you? Lusema Prince is your alias or your AKNM. Maybe your official names you say.
Okay. My official name, as my mom gave me, was Matthew Suja. Yes, and my name, my AKA is Prince Mart.
Prince Mart.
Yes,
did it come with something to do with the prince and the princess?
Yeah, I believe I'm from royal family, so I usually call my dad a king.
Yes.
Yes, so I'm the prince.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Bombs dropping. So just a brief story about you and your leadership.
Okay, for me, I started leadership way back in primary, where I was the class prefect. And during my class 8, we were doing 844 by then, yeah. So I was a scout representative. I was the head there. But after then, I joined Form 1. I became the class prefect. All the way through to Form 3, I became the dome captain, and also I represented sports there. After which, joining campus, I managed to become the University of Nairobi sports and social welfare person. That is in Chiromo campus. Yeah, through the UNSA thing, that is where we have the governor and the 7...
Related to what he's mentioned?
Yeah, related to what he's now vying for. Yeah, we have 7 executives. That is governor as the chairperson. We have the vice governor, secretary general. We have treasurer. We have international rep. That is a person now dealing with international students. Yeah, we have a person with disability. That's the chair for disabilities. And now, latterly, we have the sports rep. That's now where I am. I'm dealing with matters of sports and students' welfare as a whole.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Which course are you studying?
Oh, I'm in 3rd year in University of Nairobi, Faculty of Science and Technology. That is Chiromo campus. I'm doing Bachelor of Science in Meteorology.
All right. Unataka kuwa pale. I think the meteorological offices is pale Ngong Road, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Right. I think I visited there at some point. You pursuing?
I'm taking Bachelor of Science in Statistics. I'm at the Department of Mathematics, Faculty of Science and Technology.
Right, related still. Either way, you might
yeah.
crisscross paths while you're out there practicing.
Yeah,
now let's
actually,
get to...
we are in physical department.
Physical department.
Yeah, physical science. Yeah.
Oh, so you guys know each other.
Yeah, we know each other.
All right, that's good, that's good. Now let's get to the nitty-gritties of a leader. In the book I read by Robin Sharma called The Leader Who Had No Title, he talks about qualities of a leader, and like I mentioned, it starts with self. So first of all, you start by leading your own life as an example, and then you become a demonstration to the rest. And maybe if you guys were to pinpoint, and I'll come back to you, Ogutu, if you had to pinpoint some of the qualities that have made you to reach this far, and whatever position you're holding right now, for any young person out there who can learn from it as you explain, maybe what are some of them, like maybe 3 or 4, briefly?
Yeah, so before this, I want to talk about, there's one of the greatest man who once said that if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. So I want to say about leadership. Leadership has a lot of responsibilities and duties. It's not just a walk in the park. And to be a leader, you must have a lot of moral skill that you have that have to regulate your actions and everything, because whatever you do has a lot of public reputation, because a lot of people have interest with it. Yeah. So I have a couple of principles that guides me in my way in leadership and professional life, because, you know, leadership and professional life is one thing. And then as a leader, you have 2 lives. That's personal life and as well as professional life. Yeah. So in my leadership journey, I've always believed in these principles. One of them is integrity. Right. For you to be a leader, for you to be someone who people believe in and people can count on, you must be someone of great integrity, someone who people can have faith in, someone people can trust. Because, you know, you can't elect, you can't have a leader you don't have faith in. You are not a leader who you can't feel safe with. Yeah. So I believe that in leadership, it's paramount to have integrity. Secondly, I believe in impacting, having impact in others, like focusing in developing others. As a leader, what should you do? As a leader, every moment, because as I'm explaining this, I'm a firm believer in an invaluable concept about utilizing time, because I know time is an invaluable commodity. That's the common level ground between what the rich and the poor, and how you utilize your 24 hours matters. Because what happens? I also believe that time, when you utilize your time well, it changes your reality. And your reality controls your destiny. And your destiny controls what we call a legacy. So as a leader, as you keep up with these principles, with these values, what are you focusing? Which imprints or footprints do you want to leave behind? So
Right.
there are a lot of guiding principles as a leader that you have to master and keep up to. Because every action, everything you do, have a reflection on other people, those people that surrounds you. Yes.
All right, you mentioned two though, but
Yes.
do you possess them? You said
Yeah, of
integrity
course, of
and
course. Yeah.
being a person for other people.
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
you
sure.
believe you got them?
Yeah, of course. I know in leadership you have to develop, and every time you keep learning. You keep learning, nurturing yourself, molding yourself every day. That means every moment, every second is a learning opportunity and a chance for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. Interesting. What about you, Mr. Prince? What are some of the key leadership qualities you possess that believe will still get you further and also have gotten you where you are today?
I always believe in destiny. Yeah, and each step that I always make, in fact, my brief description is that I always build future from experiences.
Right.
Yeah, so from being a leader at campus, I think it will give me high chance of me gaining that power, maybe in near future. For me also, I do believe that integrity matters a lot, and also as a person, now as a person dealing with people's welfare, I usually believe that under my agendas, I usually include other people's agendas. That's according to campus. I always say that comrades' agendas are all my agendas. Yeah.
All right, so integrity, which other one?
Integrity and also being trustworthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, because I believe that there's even like 1,000 qualities of a
Yeah,
leader
sure.
anyways. Even from being just honest, you mentioned being selfless, you know, just being able to strike open communication, or rather being able to communicate and easily blend in with people who do not exactly have beliefs like yours. Because I believe in campus universities have people from all walks of life. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
There's those from like a little bit high, there's lowest, etc. So like you guys in your positions you are in, it takes a lot of responsibility as well, the way you strike relationships with people. And I believe sometimes when you're a leader, you bear a lot of burdens because people come to you all the time to tell you things they're going through. In campus, I hear you guys have this thing called kuinama, meaning that you go without a meal. So maybe you eat lunch and then forget about supper, or eat breakfast and forget lunch and then you eat dinner or supper.
Yeah,
so if you're a leader, definitely in that position, there will be people reaching out to you, telling you, hey, leo sina lunch or leo sina supper, please inside I'm sitting in. And in campus, that little amount of money means a lot. So in terms of you guys establishing relationships in your universities, maybe what are some of the other things that you guys are doing that are pulling people towards you? Because I also believe when you're a leader, people just naturally gravitate towards you because, like you mentioned, they trust you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, maybe let me come back to you.
Oh, thank you so much. So in leadership, as a leader, there are a lot of things that you have to put in place that has impact on other students or comrades. So personally, in my leadership journey, it has been so much inspiring because, you know, being a Secretary General of a club at first year, there's a great achievement. Coming from a mixed day school in a village and then joining the university, you start with being a class rep. From there, before the end of academic year, you move another step ahead, you become Secretary General. Then people believe in you. That means you must have you have a lot of qualities. They have trust in you. So personally, I've been doing a lot of things other than fighting for comrades' well-being, welfare and other interests, advocating for them, helping students here and there. Like in my first year, also worked with another company called Pieces and Parts, which I was chief marketing officer. The owner, the CEO was called Megan Jacobati. She was an engineer from USA. So with this organization, we did a lot of charity donations of laptops because they had. We did to these organizations within Nairobi and as well as high schools. I even took some laptops. I took them to do donation back in my high school. That's the Ramunde Mixed Secondary School where I studied. So I believe that as a leader, you must show you are the person who shows the people the way. And you are the champion. You are the person who should spearhead the interest of comrades. And as a leader, you are the main and the top advocate of comrades' interests and well-being. You know, at university level, administration or staff, they have interest, or rather they are much loyal to their paycheck, whatever they are being paid. Think about this. Now you are your salary, your paycheck is increased by maybe 50 to 100,000, and then now you want to start fighting the same administration. You will lose your paycheck income, and then maybe you are fired. You go now start hustling. But as a comrade, I have nothing to lose. These are my people, and I'm their voice. So I'm always very aggressive. I'm always stand still when advocating and spearheading the interest of comrades. And another point is that personally, I'll always believe in kindness and generosity, sharing.
Nice.
You know, in my life, I'll give example with my personal life journey.
Okay.
I came from a very humble background, through village primary school, through a mixed day school.
Maybe on that humble note.
Yes, yes.
We hear so many stories of people who made it. They say, I came from a very humble background. Maybe if you can just paint a picture of the humble background.
When I'm talking
itself.
about humble background, I just have a mom. My dad died decades ago. So, you know, my mom, she doesn't have a stable source of income, just hustling here and there in the village. So at my high school level, I was the one paying for my own fee, hustling here and there, doing everything, sort my fee. So personally, I became, an adult, or rather someone with responsibility at a very young age, taking even
And
care.
you're the first one?
No, I'm not the first one. I have 2 ladies.
Two sister siblings?
Yeah, 2 sisters.
All right. So the responsibilities were transferred to you?
Rather something
automatically.
Like that. No, I'm the first man. So through high school, I was hustling my way, doing everything. And you know, at mixed day school village, people are so much relaxed that if you personally, you can't decide that you have one life to live, you can also be just relaxed down there. If you doesn't decide, you want to leave a mark, a footprint there, something that other people will have, other people will follow. There's nothing you can do.
So maybe what are some of the obstacles that you had to fought through?
So there are a lot of
until
obstacles.
you got to the University of Nairobi.
Yeah, sure. So being from a village, primary school, and joining a village mixed day school, it's quite challenging because you doesn't even have that exposure. You are not inspired because you passed, but now you are a bit challenged to be admitted at the high school you are called for. So you feel demoralized and everything. People around you are just jokers. No one is focused. So, you know, at times it feels weird when you are focused and other people are just joking around. So I face a lot of challenges. You know, the high school was also far from home, like around, I think 5 kilometers from home. You have to wake up early, prepare yourself, morning, evening, walking. Hustling yourself on weekends, getting something, some more.
So did you like used to go dig, fetch firewood?
Okay, that's all. You know, in our village we have a couple of works you can do. There's the molding bricks, there's fetching fire, there's maybe you can decide to prepare.
So which one did you do mostly?
All of them. You just have to balance your stuffs. Whatever brings something on the table, and then you know, hustling and as well paying your fees, balancing is quite challenging through high school. But I thank God, at the end of the day, I passed. And
you never got a sponsor? Somebody who sponsored you all through, or some sort of like CDF?
Okay, at high school I got CDF twice.
Bursary.
CDF bursary. That's 5,000. 5,000, twice.
But it got you through.
At least it helped me sort 1 or 2 stuffs. Then after that, I returned to the same high school after finishing my KCSE, and I taught there until Corona came and
you were a teacher
messed up
there?
with things.
Oh, you became a teacher at your high school?
I became a teacher. Even last year, from August to October, I was a teacher.
Right. That's a really incredible journey. And look at you, you're here on TV and still at the University of Nairobi. But we'll come back to you. Maybe let's talk about sacrificing. He's talked about so many things that he's personally been through, and he's saying he's been hustling here and there, and his journey to where he is just God's grace. That's all I can say. Now, let's talk about sacrificing. As a leader, definitely there's those things you'll have to, it's a must, you'll have to deny yourself so that you become a better person, not just for you, but for others. So maybe individually, what are some of the things that you've sacrificed where you are to be who you are?
Okay, first of all, to start with, as a sports person, that is CS, in University of Nairobi. Actually, I was in a university team, that is, I'm a handball player. And then from there, after I became the sports person, you know, you are now being required to represent, let's say, footballers, handballers, all kinds of games, indoor games and outdoor games. So my first sacrifice was just to drop my passion of being a handballer, so that's to focus, or so as to make sure that all my teammates in the entire university get everything that they require. For instance, like I was supposed to be there, bring facilities that they need during their games and everything like that. So that was my first sacrifice. And the secondly, as a welfare person, I had also to go to the welfare director that is in the hostels. I had to make sure that each and every person that applied for hostel at least have gotten a chance of getting, or rather, if he or she couldn't, maybe I should have gotten the better reasons why. And that made me also to even we are being given, let me say, a token of appreciation, that is allowance from working.
Of how much? A stipend of how much? Is it monthly?
Yeah, it is monthly.
How much is it?
It's not a large number. It's 10,000.
10,000 is a good amount of money in campus, bro.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
We are being given, and apart from that, maybe if you can hold some kind of events and bring in some people, maybe you can also get something from there. So in this my token of appreciation, that is the good amount you have said. I use also
good, but in quotes.
Yeah, sure. I use also to, whenever somebody typed, we always have some groups that is, for instance, we have a Chiromo forum. You know, a certain comrade will say, hey manze, mkubwa, leo na inama. That is means like, to say it's lunchtime. So it's supposed to inama like this for lunch to pass. Then
so that he eats supper. Or maybe not even eat supper.
To eat supper. So after typing, we what we usually do, we say paste number. Paste number. Just paste number from there. Then you just click. You enter to your M-Pesa. That your token will at least send, even if it is a 50 bob or something like that. At least you will get something from Mess or even Klabu.
Tunasemanga tuma za cabbage.
Those are the cabbages now. Nice. And apart from that, from being in leadership in high school, I also have been sacrificing enough. Back then, I also come from a very, not that much humble, because my mom is an international tailor. Back then in a village, and my dad also, I have both parents. My dad also is a hospital health worker. So
they put in effort to ensure that your life was okay.
But you know, it can't be that much. You know, sometimes the token imechelewa kidogo, or maybe umesort your issues like rent and everything. Then you just remain with, let me say, a little amount of money. So you have to call back home and say, Mom, this and this, kindly send me something. So, and from there, efforts, you may get at least, let me say, 300 bob or 500. And this from 500 to seme kuna tena, there's a certain guy who was alilala njaa. Currently, and then akakwambia. So you'll just have to share. So that one has made me to side hustle. Apart from being a student, I usually side hustle. And back in I stay in Kangemi. I have my chief's business there. And I even have a show where I usually, people go there to watch Premier League balls and even some Deja Fru movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even during the Mjengo thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very good. I'm a painter.
Right.
And also I can do printings, the printings of jerseys, the caps, everything that.
And you have yours on for Manchester United.
Yeah.
Did you make it as well?
No, this one, I didn't make all this one.
Okay.
Because I have several jerseys.
Yeah. So you sell them. So it's business, right?
Yeah, it's business.
But specifically your team is Manchester United.
And my team is Manchester. I know some people are now asking why I wear Manchester.
No, I don't think there's anyone asking.
No,
but Manchester United is a good team.
Yeah, we were crushed during the weekend.
Yes.
But you know, the Maguire goal is now trending more than Liverpool winning.
We'll get to that in just a bit. Mr.
Yes,
Ogutu, when he's talking about sacrifices, he has also so many things he's done. But when you look at the ecosystem of leadership in universities, so let's just say higher learning institution, sometimes it's marred by back and forth. Sometimes the administration maybe doesn't like you, or maybe sometimes your fellow comrades, they've just had a change of heart and they prefer somebody else. So there are so many disappointments in there as well throughout that journey. Maybe what are some of yours that you've encountered and you've faithfully and diligently made it through and you're like, I'm holding on God and I know we'll make it through either way?
So direct to that, you know, when I've had the last academic year for organization of University of Nairobi Sun Student Association, I was vying for chairperson position, but unfortunately I lost with 4 votes. It was quite challenging adapting and maybe being, maybe your friends, some of your friends taking different sides, siding with another aspirant. Though what I believe in politics, or maybe anything to do with interest, divided interest, is that everyone has a right to choose where to support or the sides to be in. You don't have a decision on that, or maybe a choice on that. What you have is to keep convincing these people, show them that you are the right person for this, and what are you going to do for this. So let me share a little bit of my journey at campus level.
Yeah, briefly, just in a minute.
Sure. So personally, people believe in me, comrades believe in me, because, you know, from first year, joining Manu as Secretary General, I've interacted, encountered several comrades. That position, all through, I created a lot of networks here and there within the institution and outside. Like through this position, leadership position, you know, it's obvious that once you are in leadership, you must be very aggressive. You must be a go-getter, because you have a lot of people relying on you and depending on you. There are a lot of comrades who are skipping meals here and there, and at least you must be a go-getter, push yourself to always have something in hand, to at least, if someone tells you like, man, I'm going to sleep hungry, can I get maybe 50 bob today? Yeah, then at least you can have something. But if you are a leader and you are sitting at your comfort zone, what do you expect from other people? Is that the way, or that's the legacy you want to leave behind? No. So, like right now, I'm working with one of the Chinese company as their social media manager. Another company also as their sales strategist. These are the second company is a new company which is launching in Kenya. They're already stabilized in China. So in their leadership as well as Secretary General, and up to now, I've been helping comrades the issues to do with accommodation. I created contacts at Student Welfare Association, that's which is in charge of allocating and accommodation welfare of students. Right. So I have networks there. If students have issues, I just liaise with the in charge. Yeah. And they are assisted with about allocation, 1 or 2 staffs. They're assisted. Issues to do with marks, missing marks, and anything to do with academics. I've created personal relationship with the staff in our department and also the faculty itself. So if a student...
To help students with missing marks.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's usually a big deal when you're going to graduate, especially towards graduation.
Yeah.
I can imagine you're in 4.1 or 4.2, or rather 4.1 and 4.2, they're very close. And you have missing marks as a first year, rather. So you have to maybe even go back, and maybe that lecturer left that facility like years ago, and the records are not there. And you have to graduate next month. So that hell between graduation and that time. So how do you solve such a case where a student has to graduate and there's missing marks in the first year? Now, these records are zero, paperwork is not there.
Yeah, sure.
How do you solve it?
So certainly, as an aspiring governor in the faculty, I have a lot of strategies and improvements, or rather modified ways to deal with the issue, this rampant issue of missing marks, because of course it is a serious issue which has always been there. But what we can do is about improvement. So to deal with the issues of missing marks that are already existing, this is what I'm planning to do. Let me talk of University of Nairobi, specifically our faculty, that's Chiromo. We have several departments. We have departmental clubs. We have class reps. So I will liaise with departmental leaders, those who are in charge of those clubs, together with the class reps. They work on getting list of students from year one, those who have missing marks. After getting this list, these departmental leaders in charge, they will organize this list. If it's first year, maybe a lecturer is teaching, is lecturing first years. Second year, you also have some units, third year, or rather maybe also fourth year. So they organize the list of missing marked student and the lecturer together, one lecturer, this list, and then we organize for an appointment to the lecturer. We contact the lecturer, we talk with him or her, and then we tell him or her that we want to sort the issue of missing mark. We have this number of students, and we're requesting if we can book an appointment with you in your free time, any day that you communicate, then we sort this issue of missing mark with students. So once that's done, those who are sorted, their marks are retrieved, that's fine. If some students' marks are not retrieved, then this is what we do, allies with the dean of faculty. We talk, we engage, and then we decide once if he or she buys my idea, we can have free retakes of the exams of those who are missing anytime there's any break. Right now, at the University of Nairobi, we have 2 weeks break between the first and second semester. Right. We can decide
for those that are on help.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So we can decide to have these retakes, these 2 weeks break, and of course they are free. They won't pay for these retakes. They won't charge you.
Yeah. That is per unit now.
Yeah. They won't be charged. So and then there's also issue how to cater or maybe mitigate the issue of missing mark in future to avoid them happening or maybe being there. So I'm planning that to talk with the dean. Of course, I've shared and engage with lecturers. They he or she communicates to the lecturers that after every cut, after every exam is done, he or she should share the list of all students who have sat for his or her cut with the class rep. Then the class rep shares this list to the students. So if the student realizes that no, I didn't register for my units, I've not registered for my courses, I didn't maybe finish paying my fees, then the student can communicate to the lecturer that I sat for exam, this and that is my name, but I haven't registered my my courses. That's why my name didn't appear from the list. Okay. But still, there's paying fee. I mean, you can be assisted if you have paid something small. Your portal for course registration can be open. It's called installment payment of fees. So at
you
least
pay in batches.
You pay in batches.
Okay.
As much as you have paid at least a half, your portal registration portal for courses can be open for you. Then you register, you balance the rest later.
Okay, thanks for that. Mr. Prince,
yes,
you're AKA. Now, a good leader also is a good communicator. And I believe the way you respond to people sometimes can chase them away or bring them closer to you.
Yeah,
And it also starts with your self-communication skills, how you also communicate with yourself. I think I'm borrowing that from The Leader Who Had No Title. It's an interesting book for any leader by Robin Sharma. I think he's a New York best-selling author. He's also the author of The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, right? Yeah. So in the book, he talks about intra-communication, the relationship with Harvey within yourself and how you tell yourself things, how you judge things, and how you interpret it to a point now it's also manifesting outside. And then now interpersonal relationship, the way you relate with others as well. So this again has to be built on a foundation or a basis of communication. So how do you personally communicate with other students who are having issues? Maybe those that I don't know if at your university, at mine, there used to be like rich students, those that are struggling, and those that are like, hey, that wako tu chini ile mbaya. So there's like groups of people. Wale wenye wako vizuri wanatembea pamoja, wale wako na shida wanatembea pamoja. And then also as a leader, sometimes it's difficult for them to just easily open up to you. So it will depend on your communication skills and how you manage to hack it. And I believe there's always a code of communication in campus. A good example is Shembeteng. Anyways, Shembeteng I think is general now, thanks to the creative guys in the music sector. So how do you personally break that gap and communicate instantly to a comrade?
Okay, sure. First of all, for you to be a good leader, you must just have to practice. Maybe you must have to just pretend that you are rich. It's for you to maybe...
You have to pretend.
Yeah, you have to pretend. That's, according to me,
as
to
in
be rich.
getting yourself together or pretending?
You just have to get yourself there. Yeah, sure. You have to get yourself together to put yourself so that you may look like the rich.
You got it.
The
like
rich
you're
niggas.
Right.
Yeah.
So that you'll be able to blend in.
Yeah.
Right.
After
sometimes
that,
things are falling apart and you have to act like they're okay.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my goodness, that's the worst disease I can suffer from.
But
so you have to do that.
Yeah, for me, I have to do that.
Okay.
Whenever I want to get something from them, or I want certain informations from the field or rather from the hostels, you have to bring yourself together, act like them so that you may get whatever you want. And even there are those that are doing the drugs and such kind of things. When you get there, you just have to pretend that, oh, you know me, if I was also, during the weekend, I was there. Yeah.
But you have to pretend you do that.
You have to pretend so that you can be allowed.
You get the info now.
Yeah, to get the info. Even inside the hostel, for you to be allowed inside, you should just pretend to be like them.
Right.
Yeah, so that...
So in as much as pretending is not a good thing, but it's helping you.
Yeah, it's helping.
It's like a CID now, or an investigative officer.
Something like that.
You disguise yourself so that you get this information.
Sure.
Right. But also, there's leaders who actually, they are way up there, meaning they're riding on a high horse. So you have to should come this high horse and come down here and walk with the rest who don't have a horse. So getting off your high horse is really important, right?
Yeah.
But then maybe what are some of the things that you hear when you get off your high horse? Because I believe as a leader, you must be firm, level-headed, super forward, forthright. Like everything about you is clear and it's defined already. There's no complications about you. So maybe when you discuss yourself and you get down to your fellow comrades, what are some of the crazy things that you hear? And sometimes you're like, hey, I wonder.
Actually, what you'll hear is you'll be criticized by others, maybe those who saw you maybe talking to the people maybe of not your caliber or something like that. Right. But I do believe that for me, I feel that there is no problem because I know what I wanted and the reason why I decided to act that way. Yeah, so besides being criticized or things like that, I just focus and after getting all the things, I do believe after getting the informations, I'll be able to assist whenever I can, or rather refer the person or the kind of group to the person that can assist.
When it's beyond your... Sometimes in the corporate they say it's beyond my pay grade. I can't even hear it. So when it's beyond your capacity, how do you do it? Do you refer it to the lecturer, to the admin, the police? Because I believe in campus there's so many crazy things that happen now that you mentioned drugs.
Sure. First of all, as a social welfare person, you know, you are the head there. each and every information that is happening inside the hostel or rather the mess, and even anything around it, you will be the first person to be reached out. After that, maybe if it is beyond my capacity, I will first of all direct them to my chair, that is now the governor, as my brother now is inspiring to be the governor. I'll refer him or her or the group to the governor. We discuss one or two things, and in campus we also have the council, the team that is dealing with the council. We even have the peer counselors in the campuses that is being headed by my great friend.
Okay.
So after that, after consulting, we will be heading that directly. But for me, I do believe that whenever a comrade has a problem or something that rather is disturbing, you should not quickly direct him or her to the admin or rather the school before finding out the solutions by yourselves. Yeah, sure.
All right. Issues of mental health, and I'll come to you as well. They're very high in campus, from suicides to even lack of parental support. Actually, 90% of, I think it was last week right here where we talked about Mabui child wengi. They're not, the word is think they're in breakdown with maybe their fathers and their mothers, meaning there's no open communication between them and their guardian. Meaning that there's no trust. Some parents believe once you go to campus you become wild, and I believe when you like in a course like journalism, it's very demanding. You have to look the part, sound the part, literally everything. It's like you're practicing to now start practicing when you get there in the profession. So you definitely need some amount of cash, you need some amount of outfits. Whenever you're doing your projects, I can only imagine when you're doing things like TV production, you have to be there as a news reporter. So you're acting out, yes, but you're literally practicing how to practice the course itself when you get to the field. So sometimes your parent can lose trust in you as the student who is at school. And then that can make you suffer kidogo, because when you're demanding money for projects, or rather requesting, they'll be like, really? Who does that in university? But the truth is you need that money, but then because of this lack of trust, it has made your relationship to die off. So how, and also now mental health issues. When there's breakdown in between a parent and a child, definitely the son will try to find other, means of survival. And sometimes these means of survival are not so good. And that's where you find, students broke into somebody's house, they stole items, sold them, and now they've been arrested, and they're calling their parents to come and bail them out. So with such issues, mental health issues, maybe how do you guys tackle that shortly, and then I can get to you, Mr. Ogutu, finally.
Okay. Thank you. According to the mental health issues, let's say a comrades have those kinds of issues, dealing with finding maybe the best outfit or rather anything that could support him or her to pursue his educations. What we usually do, we hold different events, like we had also mental health, the mental health events, whereby comrades will be engaged, and also from those kinds of events, you see, after calling different stakeholders, there are some that actually identify certain types of identify the students, and after that they provide help.
Psychosocial help. That means I think it lies between counseling and just finding a shoulder to lean on. Literally someone to speak to. All right, we've hold it there. I'll come back to you shortly. We've asked you an interesting question on our social. Ni legacy gani uliacha ukiwa leader, ukiwa campus, specifically high school, primary school, and the rest? And let me just sample part of your feedback before we exit. Anaitwa Virginia Kangonga, anasema kuongoza, praise and worship. And I think that's good because it has something to do with Christian Union there. And then Victor anasema loyalty kwa the leaders yenye ilikuwa inaonyesha unity hata tuko unsure of the, right? I've not gotten that word. Okay. Waki Gibson, there's a little bit of a glare, so I'm struggling kidogo. I believe it's Wesley Gibbon anasema good morning. Iman James anasema relationship mingi zilivunjika after Valentine's, but people are not ready for this conversation. Okay. All right. Mwingine anasema Pochini, good morning. No legacy even as a voter. Hauna legacy, bro. All right. Livingstone Akala anasema Shiatsala. Okay? I believe it's Shiatsala, right? Right. So, continue sending in your feedback. There's more. All right. Adesha sana nasema ya kuhepa shule. Umeacha legacy ya kuhepa shule. And then Edgar Handsome wa Nyahururu amesema Nyahururu tuned in. All right. Thank you. So continue to interact with us and let us know what is the legacy you left at school and what do people remember you for. But there's also people who have a very crazy history, like Mse alikuwa anasumbua tu sana.
Yeah.
Yeye ndo alikuwa na break into other people's hostels, yeye ndo alikuwa anapigana. Also in campus, there's different types of people. Kuna wale who dance, they're into entertainment, and they're just super outgoing. Not that it's a bad thing, but also when the parent looks at it, they'll be like, but you're doing engineering, you're studying engineering, you're not supposed to be dancing and all out here doing all these things. So I think it depends with the interpretation of the guardian. But finally, in just less than 2 minutes, maybe some of the issues that you've managed to tackle now that he's explained about Serena, mental health, etc. Maybe what are some of those that specifically you've managed to handle that were really heartbreaking? Like, mtu alikuambia ukasema, woo, just so. Take the wheel.
There are two times when some human beings are born. There's being born, the one you know, and then the secondly when someone realizes why he or she was born. So we human beings, we can't dictate or determine where we want to be born, where we want to be at birth. But whatever we have control over is our destiny, where we want to be. Like right now, you have that button to change, to improve, and to do anything you want. The change you want, you can bring it. So I've engaged and countered a lot of challenges from students, like personal, ranging from personal, and a lot of
just
those
one shocking one. I'd love just one shocking one because we are exiting. We don't have time. Yeah.
So, last year?
Yeah.
There's this student. Unfortunately, he had a fee balance. He only paid half of the fee first year. He haven't paid anything second year, and now he's in third year. Now this student wanted to defer, and his dad died a long time ago, and then his mom died when he was in second year, and he was relying on his mom's support to pay the tuition fee. So it was quite challenging, and now this student approached me almost in tears, trying to ask me if there's any way now I can assist him.
No.
You know, right now students are paying like 54,000 tuition fee for the whole academic year, and also this student doesn't have accommodation. So you are trying to balance things, see how you can start. So what I did is I went with this student to the county level. Though I don't want, for confidentiality, I don't want to mention the name, to the county level, bursary office at county level. I talked with them. He presented a death certificate for both parents. And
he got help?
Actually, he was help. He was given bursary for 120,000.
And his issue was solved.
Yeah, and he sorted. The accommodation, I had to chip in something small to help him as well, because it was quite challenging. Someone wants to defer. There's nothing back left behind. There are no parents. So these are the kind of people that you must have impact. We as leaders, you must take this sacrifice. Leadership is about sacrificing.
Right. Finally, we are going. We are not adding other sentences. What would you want people to remember you for in just like one line at your campus, and then we go?
Super sport rep.
A super?
Sport rep.
Meaning?
Meaning in any sporting activities, I'll be chipping in whenever I want. And whenever I'm capable, I'll be chipping in to assist.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is your most active social media? Moja tu. The one you use, and they can follow you and get to find out what you do.
Facebook and YouTube.
At inaitwa handle?
Prince Smart.
Right, follow him. What about you? What do you want people to remember? Just one line, please. Don't explain.
Okay.
Yes. What would you want people to remember you for?
So I want people to remember me on developing others. Yeah, that's what inspires me most. And then let me talk about the second one, sharing knowledge and wisdom.
Okay.
Yeah, because I believe everyone is a whole book.
Right.
Yeah. And there are a lot of things you can learn from everyone. As much as when it comes to developing others, you must acknowledge, recognize, and appreciate those who have helped you throughout your life or at some point in your life.
All right, thank you. Handle yako moja active?
At Owino Ogutu, Facebook.
All right, mfollow at Owino Ogutu, Facebook. Thank you so much, Mr. Prince, Matt, and Mr. Owino Ogutu for sharing your insights. I think this conversation has been riveting and informative, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
sure.
you.
And good luck, all the best to the two of you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
So, and you, thank you as well. Good luck to you for coming today and watching. That's where we call it a day. Continue to interact with us and let us know where you're watching us from. Even off the air, we'll still be sampling your feedback, and follow us at Y254 channel and at Brian Seko 101. Personally, that's mine on the hashtag Y in the morning. We'll see you tomorrow for Innovations and Entrepreneurship Tuesday. Have a fantastic Monday. See you tomorrow.